welcome to your deep dive. Today, we're doing something a little different.
Okay.
We're diving into a song, 99 Luftballons, or, as it's known in English, 99 Red Balloons, by Nena.
Oh, okay.
And you might be thinking, what?
Yeah, this is a little different.
It is a little
A
different.
little different than what we normally do.
It is. But I'm
Which is
excited,
good.
though. As you'll see, it's going to be a deep dive just like we always do.
Okay.
And the reason we chose this is because it's not just a song. It's a
Yeah.
cultural phenomenon. And
It's very catchy.
it's incredibly catchy.
I've caught myself humming it,
Oh, yeah.
even though I was like, I'm not gonna get sucked into the catchiness of it, but here I am.
It's very 80s.
It's very 80s.
Very synth pop.
Exactly.
But it's got such deep meaning, and it really is like a time capsule for Cold War anxieties.
It really is. And I
Yeah.
think what's so interesting about it is it's this really catchy pop song, but it's got this really serious message underneath it about, the fear of nuclear war and the potential for misunderstanding and miscommunication to lead to global conflict.
Exactly. And, we can all relate to that today, even though it came out in the 80s and have that very specific context.
Right.
We're still living with that threat.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the Cold War may be over, but it feels like we're constantly on the edge of something, with like global pandemics and climate change and political tensions. It's like this song is almost more relevant now than it was then.
Right. So it's kind of a cautionary tale, but it's also, gives you something to think about.
Right.
And
And it's fun.
exactly.
Yeah.
You can dance to it.
You can dance to it.
You can think about the end of the world while you're dancing.
Exactly. So we're gonna unpack all of that.
Okay.
We're gonna look at the lyrics. We're gonna look at the historical context, and we'll see what we find.
Sounds good. So the song starts off in this very simple way. Right?
Yeah.
It's like a kid in a toy store
Right.
buying these balloons.
Yeah. Very innocent.
Very playful.
And it just kind of explodes from there.
Yeah, it escalates really quickly.
It does. So let's talk about that escalation.
Well,
How do we get from, these innocent balloons to like
right.
World War III?
Well, it starts with a misinterpretation, right? So you
Yeah.
have these 99 red balloons that are released, and they're mistaken for something else, for a threat.
By radar.
By radar, exactly. And that triggers this whole chain of events.
And the song talks about bugs in the software and panic bells.
Yeah, it's all this like very Cold War language
Oh.
that immediately evokes this sense of paranoia and fear.
Fear of technology.
Fear of technology, fear of things going wrong accidentally, like a simple mistake leading to something catastrophic.
And that was a very real fear back then.
It was a very real fear. I mean, we had things like the Cuban Missile Crisis, where we came very close to nuclear war because of a misunderstanding. And that really, I mean, you can't really overstate how much that kind of thing terrified people.
No, absolutely. It was this constant low-level anxiety that permeated everything. And the song really captures that feeling.
Right. And so you've got these ministers, these world leaders
Right.
meeting, trying to figure out what to do.
Super scurry.
Yeah, super scary.
I love that line.
It's almost comical.
It is comical. It's like the song is satirizing the whole situation. Like, look at these guys running around panicking over some balloons.
But it's funny because it's true.
Exactly.
I mean, we still see this today.
Oh, yeah, all the time. I mean,
Right.
think about how much fear and misinformation gets spread through social media. Like, one little thing can blow up and cause a global panic before anyone even knows what's really going on.
And the song even talks about fighter jets scrambling.
Right. 99 Nights of the Air.
It's like this whole military response.
Yeah. And it's all because of this initial misinterpretation, this one little thing that gets blown out of proportion.
And then what happens?
Well, it all goes downhill from there, right? There's a war, there's destruction, and in the end, it's all for nothing.
Right. It's just this senseless waste.
Exactly. And it's all because of fear and misunderstanding.
So we've got this really stark contrast in the song
Right.
between these, happy balloons
Right.
and this terrifying outcome.
And I think that's what makes the song so powerful and so enduring. It takes this really simple image and uses it to make this really profound point about the dangers of fear and the importance of communication.
And I think it's also a reminder that, we're all human.
Yeah.
We all make mistakes.
And sometimes those mistakes can have really big consequences.
Exactly. So what can we learn from 99 red balloons?
Well, I think the biggest takeaway is that we need to be careful about how we react to things. We need to be willing to question our assumptions and to communicate with each other, especially when we're afraid.
Because fear can really cloud our judgment.
Exactly. It can make us see threats where there are none, and it can lead us to make decisions that we later regret.
And I think that's a really important message for us to remember today.
Absolutely. I think it's more relevant now than ever.
Well, thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
This was a good one.
It's been enlightening.
It has been. I always love a good dive into Cold War paranoia.
Me too. Me too. But, it does make you think.
It does make you think, and it makes you want to go listen to some 80s pop music.
Right, exactly. And maybe stock up on some balloons just in case.
Just in case there's a global helium shortage.
Well, on that note, we'll catch you next time.
See you later.